baseball or larger, vicious light can produce massive tornadoes.
Could one of these massive tornadoes strike an active volcano? Let's back up a bit. Before we get into the details, we need to visit the basics. For a tornado to happen, you need just the right ingredients.
Space, the moisture, humidity, wind patterns, wind shear, all of these different ingredients.
First, you need an updraft, which can happen when cold air comes in and shoves warm air higher into the atmosphere. Then, you need winds to change direction at different atmospheric heights. As the warm air rises, it starts to spin. If there's enough spin, then that column of air rotates until it makes contact with the ground. And now you have a tornado. Volcanoes form when magma escapes from Earth's core through a crack in Earth's crust. In some volcanoes, the magma is too thick and traps gas bubbles. Eventually, this creates so much pressure that the volcano blows its top. But according to George, there is a lot left unknown about the Earth's core.
Would be about as thick as the skin. And we have never gone deep enough to do more than even just scratch the surface of that skin.
Usually, these two natural phenomena don't happen in the same geographical location. There aren't many volcanoes in Tornado Alley after all, but there are places where the possibility of the two colliding become more of a reality.
Italy, surprisingly, gets quite a few tornadoes. As a matter of fact, one was reported there, just the active volcanoes. Mount Etna, it's over 2,000 years.
Alright, so let's say that the largest tornado ever documented is going to hit Mount Vesuvius, which is the volcano that destroyed the city of Pompeii. What would this catastrophe look like?
Air basically starts to act like a solid.
This tornado would pick up fire, smoke, and ash from the volcano, creating a spinning vortex from hell.
You've got sulfur gas, you have volcanic ash, which is just the ash alone being whipped at those speeds would sandblast. It's a level of destruction that is difficult.
But what about the lava? Lava is melted rock, and it's 3 times denser than water, so it's quite heavy. Different kinds of volcanoes eject lava of different thicknesses. Mount Vesuvius is a stratovolcano, which means it's made up of many layers of hardened magma, volcanic ash, and material created from volcanic eruptions called tephra. Stratovolcanoes have slow-moving lava that hardens before it spreads very far. Unfortunately, stratovolcanoes also tend to erupt violently.
During the eruption of Vesuvius back in Roman times, it was a Plinian eruption. It's a style of eruption. You have rocks, you got chunks of lava. Now they're being whipped around by 300-mile-per-hour winds.
And that's not all. Like a fire tornado,